The new moon in Aries on March 21st ushers in a season of big changes. Are you ready? We're going to dive in with the tarot and see what you need to know about making the most of this energy, so keep watching. So the new moon happens at 1:23 p.m. Eastern time on March 21st in Aries. It's like 0 degrees, 49 seconds or something like that. But guess what? We have another new moon in Aries on April 20th, which is in the very last breath of Aries, and that is a new moon solar eclipse. So over the next month, we have strong new beginning energy. I will do a separate video on the new moon solar eclipse for April, but this is the season. And 2 days after this new moon in March, we have Pluto moving into Aquarius. So this is the season for big, bold, bodacious new beginnings. So I am going to break this reading out by signs. It's time stamped. Watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign, because I am going to look at this energy through the houses of the natal chart wheel. And remember, it's all about using the energies. So take the tarot advice and apply it to your life and make some new stuff happen. All right, let's get into your reading. All right, Aries, so this energy is happening in your first house of the self. So whatever you have been dreaming about, it is time to make the action plan and go for it. This is absolutely Aries 2.0 energy. This is debuting your new self into the world. Okay, this first house of the self, whatever it is you want to do, you got the wind beneath your wings. So let's see what we need to know. Aries. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles. I'll move them down here so you can see them. The Magician, wow. And the Hanged One. And the Judgment, which is on the bottom here under the Magician. Okay, and what's on the bottom of the deck? We have the Star. Wow, look at all of these major arcanas here. Okay, so there could be something going on here for you, Aries, in terms of manifesting a fresh start, and particularly in your relationships, your friendships, your networks. The 11th house, I feel, is important because we have the Star showing up here. I feel like for some of you, you have gotten tired of the same old with this 4 of Pentacles. I mean, it's been kind of static, right? It's been okay. The 4 of Pentacles is not horrible, but you've been waiting around for some sort of dynamic shift here. This Hanged One and this 4 of Pentacles. So you've been in a holding pattern. In regards to your wish with this 9 of Cups that's showing up here, what will need to happen? And we have the 20 showing up here with the Judgment energy. So I feel like you're going to make this decision probably right around this new moon, in March that we're discussing, to take some sort of big, bold action to, I think, manifest a new path for yourself. That could bring a lot of personal gains. That's also 11th house, the Aquarius energy. Pluto's going into Aquarius. But also that will expand your world, expand your networks, expand your friendships. You are ready for massive personal growth. And I think what may happen is that it's just going to be likely, again, it's a general reading, but you're probably going to leave certain people behind. Okay, and it's not because they did anything wrong or bad or anything like that. What I'm getting from this energy, there's this sense here of outgrowing some personal relationships and really wanting to level up the people you associate with, because you are growing, you are expanding. You have all these fantastic, with the Magician here, fantastic new goals and dreams that you have for yourself. This Magician 9 of Cups here. Okay, you want higher visibility, Star. You may even want to, what I'm feeling with this Star is like next level. It's not necessarily that you want to hang out with famous people, although maybe you do. I don't know. Okay, but it's just this idea of higher growth. Okay, and Pluto's going to bring that to your relationships in terms of friendships and networks and things like that as he goes through that 11th house. So I feel like you may decide, this is about taking that bold step forward here. You may decide that you have got to have a resurrection, so to speak, here with this Judgment card, a fresh new life in terms of your relationships. The old relationships have grown stagnant. This Four of Pentacles, Hanged One. They're solid. They may have been in your life for a long time, and it's not necessarily that, I mean, you may leave them behind. There's nothing negative here. I don't think you're necessarily going to go, just ditch people in your life. But it's more that you're going to start investing your time and energy into manifesting relationships that have more potential for growth with this star. And also that have, because the star is about healing too, that there's not drama, that these people are healthy. You're going to be wanting to move into healthier relationships and connections as well. So I think this is very good, but this is a lot about how you have grown and changed because this new moon's in your first house. And this, because of the Aquarian energy, this real desire, because you've changed, to expand your circle, 11th house. Okay, so set your intentions that you're gonna get unstuck and get out of the house also with this energy and start forging some new relationships for yourself. And it is possible with the Star card here, and now that Pluto's getting out of your 10th house of career, it is possible that a few of these new connections and networks may benefit your career or be career related, but they have the potential to become important in your life in terms of your own personal growth. All right, Taurus. So this new moon is happening in your 12th house of things behind the scenes. This is like a emotional, mental, psychological reboot, shifting some baggage. It's like a spring cleaning for your mind, really. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this for you. So setting some intentions to let go of the past, to wrap up karmic situations. All right, so that you can start fresh. All right, let's see what we have here. Taurus. All right, so we have a Four of Swords. That's our first energy. We got good old Pluto, which is going into Aquarius. There's our Pluto. We have the Sun. We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And we have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Lovers. That's your second house of money, but that's also about making some choices. Okay. So let's see what we have going on here. So there's definitely some stuff to shift, some sort of subconscious things going on with this Four of Swords on the top of the reading. So there have been a few things bothering you, okay, with this Four of Swords. Now, it hasn't kept you from your sleep, which would be the Nine of Swords, and it hasn't affected your day-to-day too much. That would be the Five of Swords. But it is something I think that is still giving you enough bother that it's draining your energy. Okay, because it hasn't shifted. It's still there lurking, if you get my point. So it's like the type of thing where when there's a task you know you need to do, and you find every other, because it's a task you don't want to do. Like for me, well, it would probably be housekeeping, but I mean, I do it eventually. Or like when I had to get all my tax stuff gathered, I can't stand all that financial stuff, right? I postponed it. This is like you're postponing the thing that you need to address because you really just don't want to even think about it. And so you've been postponing it, but it's hanging over your head. Okay, it's hanging over your head. So this is time to really look at and shift some stuff once and for all with this Pluto death card showing up here. Now, Pluto is going into your 10th house of career as of 2 days after this new moon in Aries. So this may have something to do with admitting to yourself you need to make some career changes. That's possible, but it really could have to do with anything in your life. But the point here with this Pluto is that Pluto is the point of no return. When it's done, it's done. So get this stuff shifted in your subconscious. Get these things hanging over your head done and out of the way. Okay, and it may involve looking at some financial things. That's possible. It may also involve looking at a relationship that you're still mentally hanging on to, even though it may have already been over, or it's maybe not working for you, or it's one of those sometimes not situations. It's a situationship. I mean, who knows? But there is something here to look at, to have the confidence, to know that you've got this. That's the other thing about this Five of Pentacles. You are going to shift this energy. You've got to just clear this stuff out. And you may be hesitant to clear it out and let it go once and for all, because you don't want to let go of it, right? Because when we let go of something, it's like we have to admit to ourselves that it is well and truly finished and over. So we hang on to, old clothing from the ex, or we hang on to stuff that papers, files, whatever that we used to have and need for an old job or something like that. You get my point, right? So this is like admitting to yourself that something really is well and truly over. All right. And once you do that and mentally accept it and shift the stuff right out of that 12th house, have this fresh reboot of what is possible for you, look what comes in. Look at this: Lovers, Sun, and the Ace of Cups. So there is a bright new beginning on the horizon for you. Let's not forget that Jupiter is going into your sign as of May 16th. So I think this Aries energy that's happening this month and next month as well on April 20th, with that new moon solar eclipse on steroids of, shifting this energy. This is right around the corner for you, but you have to prepare yourself. You have to make the way for it to happen. So set the intention that you will clear the path mentally, emotionally, psychologically for a new offer from the universe that will bring a lot of personal happiness to you. It could be money and career related, because the Lovers, Gemini, is your second house. It could also be a literal new relationship that you might be ushering in. Leo is also your 4th house of home, so it could also have something to do with manifesting some new place for yourself as well. But this is what's got to shift. Okay, there is this drag on your energy because you haven't faced and addressed this issue. So set the intention with these strong energies happening in this 12th house over the next month that you are going to release your past. Gemini, the new moon is happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams, networks, friendships, and personal gains. So this is really about setting some intentions to make some dreams come true in your life, I feel. All right, so let's see. Dreams that will affect the bigger picture perspective of your life, since Pluto is going into that house for you, the 9th house, Aquarius. All right, so let's see. Gemini, big wish to change something important in your life. Let's see. We have the 8 of Cups, the Pluto, 2 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, and we have the Fool. Wow, okay. And on the bottom, we have the Judgment. So that is the 20th. The new moon's on the 21st. So what we have going on here is, I think you're finally going to get off the fence about an important decision. I think this is right around also the fact we have the Pluto, the number 8 here. Pluto was in your 8th house in Capricorn since 2008. So you are rising like a phoenix from the ashes of that experience, let's just say. Lots of, physical, mental, emotional, financial transformations you've been through since 2008. You are leaving that behind, and you know, any uncertainties you have had about your own value, you know, you have shifted that energy monumentally. So I think what's going on here is you're making a very important decision about your future, the Fool, about some sort of brand new beginning for yourself. And again, this has a lot to do with expansion, travel, traveling lighter, feeling freer, feeling unburdened. Interesting with the travel, because we have Pluto going into your house of travel, the 9th house. So everything's a metaphor, right? So this can be traveling, feeling more light and free and joyful, releasing burdens and stuck energy, especially emotional burdens, financial burdens, that what we have going on here. But this can also be the wish to have, you know, some sort of perhaps big travel experience, making a decision to do that and manifest it for yourself. Perhaps become and live the laptop lifestyle and start traveling the world and working remotely or something like that. This can also be a fresh start. You're making a decision that, you know, you want to perhaps set an intention to get a new degree or a credential for yourself. 9th house is also academia. But the Fool card for me also, like the Sun card, is a lot about a bright new beginning and finding your place in the sun, so to speak. So you've been through some very hard energy here, and perhaps even some hard times with this 5 of coins. And you know, you've been kind of in a holding pattern, maybe for even the last 2 years with this 2 of Swords, because you've been dealing with kind of the fallout of having to navigate through this Pluto in that 8th house. All right, there's been maybe, especially because when Pluto gets to the very tail end of a sign, there's usually more stuff to deal with. So you've been dealing with all of that. You've been trying to improve your finances. You know, you've been dealing with, you know, maybe emotional situations, relationships that didn't work out. You've had to reboot your life. You know, we know this in very significant ways. And we have the 8 here since 2008. But the last 2 years in particular may have brought more significant changes to you in that regard, where there may have been significant relationships that ended, significant changes, you know, in the home front, with family, etc., and with your finances. So maybe even a family member's health, you know, there could have been things like that going on. But now the new beginning is here. Okay, so it is time to set the wish for greater freedom, for expansion in your life, and for this resurrected new beginning, so to speak, with the Judgment card. Okay, so, and this is also, I feel, because the Judgment can be about an announcement, you are maybe making an important announcement to somebody in your life that I'm free, I'm out of here, this is done. Okay, with this 8 of Cups, Fool, and Pluto. But you are making the decision. You are calling the shots. Okay, you're not going to be the one left out in the cold this time. Okay, you may be leaving somebody behind. This is very possible with this 8 of Cups and Death card here. But it's because you're seeking your freedom. They may have just become too much of an emotional drain for you, whatever this is over here. Okay, so there may be, like I said, some important, like, reading you the riot act, basically, Judgment and Death. And it could be the type of conversation where, you know, it is a closing moment, right, with that particular situation. But it's because you have got to find more joy in your life. This situation has been dragging you down. So it could be a friendship, it could be romance, could be something else going on. But the intention is to find your freedom. And this is a very strong theme for you as well next month with the new moon solar eclipse in Aries, and then also with the North Node in Aries, which will be going into that sign in the middle of July. So this is just getting started for you. This step that you take now to leave the past in the past and to follow your heart and your internal guidance of what you know is right for you, to start a new life in some area, you know, of your of your world, is going to have future positive developments as we continue going forward. Cancer, you have this new moon in your 10th house of career. This is also the house of the public fame, and it is the house of your status. So, I like to call it a status relationship update on social media. Okay, so setting some intentions for new career growth, calling in more significant relationships in your life that have staying power, that type of thing. All right, let's see what we need to know about this for you. And career is going to be a very strong emphasis for you this year, next year, and into the first month of 2025 as well. All right, so let's see, Cancer, what we have going on. Ariel's concentrating. We got the Aries. Wow, look at this. The Emperor. 7 of Swords. The Lovers. It's your Gemini energy. The Ace of Cups. And Temperance, the Sagittarius energy, which is your 6th house of work and well-being. And we have the Knight of Swords. Pluto, of course, has gone into your 8th house of transformation. Okay, so let's look at this. Knight of Swords on the bottom. Okay. All right, so many of you, I think, are going to be faced with acknowledging that there may be some things going on in your career life that have perhaps not been totally aligned. Let's look at it that way, with the 7 of Swords Fibonacci energy that's going on here, as I like to call it. So, maybe you haven't really admitted to yourself what you would truly like from your career. Maybe you have just kind of been putting up with things, putting up with unsavory situations. I think you're going to set some sort of intention here to escape, 7 of Swords, from a situation that is not aligned for you in some way. So, you're definitely, I think, leaving behind a situation that does not have your best interests at heart in some way. And remember, the 10th house is also connected with significant partnerships in terms of marriage. Okay, 10th house, 7th house, business and romantic, just partnerships, but 10th house is like public relationships. So like, a marriage, because it is declared before the public. She always does this. She's laying all over your cards, because it is declared before the public. So some of you, it may even be that, okay? But I think also some of you are on the crossroads with this Gemini energy in the middle here, of making a choice between deciding to continue to be self-employed or to take the leap into self-employment, because of the Emperor card that's showing up here, which is our Aries energy, which is boss and entrepreneur energy. So you do want to change. The Temperance card here is on the bottom. This is your 6th house of work, as I said. So what's going to make you happy, this Ace of Cups, is what the crossroads decision is here with this Gemini and with our Temperance as well. Okay, so you are in charge, Emperor, of making this decision of what's going to make you happy in setting this intention. But what I really feel is the key energy to work with is this 7 of Swords. Like, you've got to be brutally honest with yourself, Cancer, about what is going to make you happy. And as a cardinal energy, you do need to feel, and with your 10th house of career being Aries, you do need to feel like you're in charge of what you're doing for your work. You like to be a leader. So once you make up your mind, once you make up your heart, really, the heart is going to come first. Your mind will follow Knight of Swords very quickly, and you will start taking action on this particular scenario. If you decide, okay, I'm going to look for a different job that's going to give me leadership potential, or you know what, I'm going to just stay on the down low at my current job, but I'm going to start my own thing on the side and let's see where it goes. So that's possible too. Okay. Now, some of you as well, you may have to admit to yourself that you're tired of being alone. If this is about manifesting a significant public relationship for yourself, like somebody who is marriage material, you may have to acknowledge that, you're tired of being alone, or you are happy being alone. And that's okay too. And instead of continuing to invest your time into trying to find somebody who's marriage material, bring the attention back to yourself and your important goals that you want to achieve, at least for the time being. I'm not saying you should never get married. I'm not saying that, okay? But I'm saying we're at a crossroads decision here with this Lovers, and there is something here that you have to admit to yourself, whether we're talking about a public relationship like a marriage, or, something to do with, do I want to work for myself or work for somebody else? So I think this is very interesting. Our intentions, of course, work best when we're clear. And with the Seven of Swords there's something that is not clear because it's not the truth. All right, so definitely take a look at that energy. The Ace of Cups, what do you want? Aces for me are about the self. The Cups is your energy. So be honest with yourself. Really, what's going to make you happy in this 10th house area? Be real, be true to yourself, and get that clarity so that you can make that decision, set the intention, and have the positive change happen. Here's the Temperance. You got this, Cancer. Leo, you have a beautiful new moon in your 9th house at the big picture perspective of your life. Let's see what we need to know about that for you. Leo, set some intention for some new opportunities, new paths. Ace of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Two of Cups, and the Chariot. All right, and let's see what's on the bottom. We have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so you're weighing some options for yourself, but what's interesting here is we do have a couple of stuck energies. Well, we have the Four of Pentacles, which is our Taurus energy. That's your 10th house of career also. And we have our Two of Pentacles, which can be caught in an infinity loop. And look, we even have a stuffed energy under that, the Hangman. So this can be weighing options going like this. But again, she's in an infinity loop. She's in something, she's stuck there. She's stuck there weighing options. So you may feel like you have been very much held in place, Four of Pentacles. You have been stuck in a sense. And you may have been stuck because of financial obligations. So this is what I'm feeling here with this Nine of Wands and this Four of Pentacles. You could have been stuck perhaps at a job that you don't really like, but you've been doing it because you have certain financial obligations. This is a scene very familiar to many of us, right? You've got to stay in a situation because you got bills to pay. All right, but you're a little tired of it. This Nine of Wands, you've been hanging in. This is also our 9th house Aries energy that's showing up for you. Okay, so you're hanging in there. You're a survivor. You're doing it. But, again, it's not the best. And the money may not even be that great, the Two of Pentacles. This could also signify having two jobs to make a whole job, as, happens to people too. Two part-times to try to make a full-time income. So what I'm feeling, I'm going to read this first from a job perspective, is that it's time for you to set some intentions to manifest a new beginning for yourself in terms of your career, and to come up with a new and exciting and more rewarding path forward that is going to bring you a lot more success and recognition, and also possibly more money. We have the Two of Cups here, which is about a meet and greet, face-to-face, job interview, that type of thing. So I think what this is saying is that Aries season in particular could be a very beneficial time for you to manifest a new opportunity for yourself that will better your career in some way and bring more success to you, and perhaps propel your career path forward in leaps and bounds with the Chariot. But there's this stuck energy. It's up to you. The wands are showing up here. It's your energy. It's up to you to set that intention and make it happen. It's about a little bit about getting out of a comfort zone also with that Four of Pentacles. Now, for others of you, the big picture of our life is not just about career. It's also about friendships, relationships, etc. So some of you are really getting tired, Nine of Wands, getting drained physically, mentally, emotionally with some relationships that you've perhaps had for a long time. But they're not going anywhere, right? This Two of Pentacles and this Hangman, like there's no growth in these particular relationships, friendships. So I think some of you also really want to manifest some new connections for yourself in terms of travel companions, perhaps the Chariot. The ninth house is also connected with travel. So if you're looking for new friendships because those that you have are a little stale and stagnant, you would meet people on a travel. Some sort of, a group travel experience might be very good. And same too, if single Leos, you want to manifest a new relationship for yourself, going on a singles trip or, something like that would be the way to go, what this energy is suggesting. Okay. So some of you've got to get out of the house more. You've got to go on perhaps some travels where you meet other like-minded people, and that's how you're going to make some new friendships. So that may also be something to set an intention behind, Leo, to work with this particular energy. So I think this is very good. I mean, you've been hanging in there with some situations, right? But you really want some passionate new beginnings in your life. You want to feel like you're going places, the Chariot, whether that's professionally or personally with, new contacts and friendships or a new relationship. And that's the challenge, as a fixed sign energy. Fixed signs, whether we're talking Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, fixed sign energies kind of don't like to rock the boat or make changes. So, you may indeed need to get out of this comfort zone and to make this stuff happen for yourself, okay? So it's time, I think, to have a talk with yourself with this Ace of Wands and say to yourself, I gotta light a fire under my shapely bum and kind of get going with this, okay? Because some exciting new adventures are waiting for you. Virgo, you have a new moon in your 8th house of deep transformation. So it is time to set some intentions for healing, for progress on very deep levels. Financial, emotional, psychological, etc. All right, let's see what we have going on for you, Virgo. The 5 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the Hermit, your energy, the 9 of Cups, wow, and the 3 of Wands, beautiful, and the Strength card on the bottom. Okay. All right, so you've been dealing with a lot of stuff, this 5 of Wands here. You've been dealing with all sorts of things, all sorts of shenanigans, people you've tried to manage, projects you're managing. Like, this is just a lot that's been going on that you have been dealing with, maybe especially for the last 5 months or so. Okay, but that is coming to an end. And I'm also feeling like this might have been a distraction for you as well. There might have been some busy work that you were just running around doing all sorts of things because you didn't want to face something going on that really does need your attention. Notice that your energy, the Hermit, is facing this 8 of Cups. So, we're talking about your 8th house, and we have the 8 of Cups here. So I think that you have been distracting yourself perhaps away from a situation that you need to leave behind. Now, this is going to be different things for different people. This, of course, is emotional energy with the cups showing up here, but it's really anything that's personal to you. There's been, I think, a little bit of avoidance. But it's time to set the intention to face that and to move on from something that you just don't need in your life anymore. You don't need it. You could have been holding on to it out of some fear. This is your 12th house, Leo, fear of letting it go. Maybe it's been around in your life for a long time and you've just gotten used to it. Maybe it's been a crutch in some way. You think it gives you your strength, but it doesn't. You give yourself your own strength. You're stronger than you realize, Virgo, with this situation. You have strength behind you to shift this energy. And in fact, this situation is keeping you from your wish. When you shift that energy and you leave it behind, you're going to call in and make the room for your 9 of Cups wish to manifest. So, can you imagine? Here's your 3 of Wands. Can you imagine what your life would look like when your wish manifests, your 9 of Cups? When you've left behind something that doesn't fit you and suit you anymore emotionally. Okay, this is our end of April energy, the 3 of Wands here. So I think that this situation, this 9 of Cups could manifest for you very quickly, as long as you face this. And as long, it's not also, I don't feel it's just about setting the intention to move on. It is about the actual moving on, the 8 of Cups, like the guy is or girl is walking away here. So your March reading, is very interesting. Please go watch it on the channel if you haven't already done so, because it was a lot about a brand new beginning for you. So this energy is full in the frame at this new moon. This is, I think, letting go of an emotional crutch and moving forward with a lot of confidence into a bright, look, the star card's under that, a bright future that you've been imagining for a while. You have it within you to manifest your wish. It is just a matter of, being willing to go through that transformation of letting that situation go and embracing something gorgeous that you have been wanting for a long time. So you're on the cusp of major change here, Virgo. It really is up to you to face it, to move on, and welcome in the new. Libra, we have a new moon in your 7th house of relationships, both business and personal. We have 2 new moons in this area for you, as we know, another one in April on the 20th. And then we have the North Node moving into your relationship house in the middle of July. So it's going to be lots of emphasis on forging new relationships in your life in the year ahead and also in 2024. So let's see what we need to know. Setting some intentions for new connections for the Libras. And Pluto moving into your 5th house of romance as of the 23rd of March. So let's see. Oh, we got some Pluto. Isn't that fab? Okay, Libras. We got some Pluto. The 9 of Pentacles. The 2 of Cups. The Justice. There's your energy. And the 5 of Cups. Okay. And we have the Ace of Cups on the bottom. Okay, so you've probably been on your own for a while. It could be the last 9 months. It could be the last 9 years with this 9 of Pentacles showing up here. It could even be for the last year or so with the Justice showing up in the Ace. So 11 months-ish. Okay, so here's the thing. I think you're still afraid of being hurt. And whether we're talking about a business or a romantic or a friendship relationship, it doesn't matter, okay? I think that you're torn between your natural inclination to partner, which is the Libra energy, the Justice, and being on your own, Virgo, this 9 of Pentacles. Somebody who can take care of themselves, they're fine on their own. There has been 5 of Cups, even the last 5 years, 5 months, right? There was a situation that went down that, was not great. I would say probably right before your birthday. So September, around your birthday, September, October, there was a situation that caused great disappointment. and probably forced you into this Nine of Pentacles. Like, I'm just going to be on my own. I can take care of myself. Enough of this shenanigan. But your heart really does want a connection, this Two of Cups. And I think it's okay for you to face and let go of the last bits of this disappointment, this Five of Cups that you went through. Okay, and to set the intention, Ace of Cups, that you are going to manifest a new relationship for yourself. Two of Cups, Justice here. And it's going to be more fair, more balanced, and perhaps even more aligned with your particular energy. There may be something, again, this is a general reading, but there may be something for you to look at, Libra, in terms of finding a partner who, yes, wants to be in the relationship, but also will allow you your space. Okay, so it's not like you need somebody, you know, that you have to be fastened at the hip to somebody else. Okay, but you do want that solid connection in your life. But you also, I think, do want somebody who's going to honor your independence by being an independent person themselves. But I would also say that you may need to look at, again, because it's a general reading, you may need to look at where there can be some imbalance in terms of the push me, pull you, because of unresolved past heartbreaks and disappointments. So it could be you put one foot in, you put one foot out, like you do that dance, right? So I would say set the intention, absolutely, to shift and heal this Pluto, this Death card, and Five of Cups situation. Okay, so that you don't get caught in, you know, sometimes you're in, sometimes you're out, and sending mixed signals to the universe, so then the universe can't deliver the Ace of Cups that you want. All right, I hope I'm making sense here. Really get yourself healed and clear of this particular energy, this Five of Cups and this Death card, so that you can put this independence situation into perspective. It's not wrong to still have your autonomy in a relationship in terms of, you know, yes, there are times you need to do things separate from the person you're in a relationship with. You should have separate activities, in my opinion. You still have your own life, even if you're in a relationship. Okay, so, you know, resolving that, getting that clear, setting the intention to figure all that out so that you have that absolute heart-centered clarity to call in this new relationship and to be happy again. The Three of Cups. To be happy again. This is the energy to work with. You've got to clear out the past before you can call in your future. That's the thing. Scorpio, we have a new moon in your sixth house of work and well-being. So let's see what we need to know about that for you. Setting some intentions. Let's see. Scorpio. Ariel's concentrating. Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups. Whoops. Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands. Five of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. And on the bottom, we got your energy, the Pluto. Okay. All right. So you want a new beginning for yourself with this Ace of Cups here. Absolutely. And you want to wrap up some heavy workload. Like, there could be something where you're ready to retire. It could be you're just done with this particular job you've been working on because it's just, you know, it's too burdensome. It's too much of a pain in the butt. I think that you're going to start setting the intention to get more irons in the fire for yourself with this Eight of Wands. So you're going to actively seek, Knight of Cups, some new opportunities. However, there may be a little Five of Swords, guilty conscience, maybe a little bit of anxiety about moving forward. And the anxiety could also come because it could move very fast. That's the other thing. You know, there could be almost like an instant manifestation for you in shifting out this particular scenario. And so the anxiety may come from how quickly it manifests, right? You know, like you're trying to get your bearings, like, oh my God, like I just interviewed for that job. They call me back the next day and they want me. And wait a minute, like that happened so fast, right? So you got to wrap your head around it. So it can be that type of thing. And, we have this gorgeous Ace of Cups here, which is your energy, and it is about some sort of heartfelt offer as well. So I think you're making a very concentrated effort to have a permanent and lasting change in your work and well-being that helps you shift out of a very draining and demanding situation. And I think in terms of your well-being, you just have too much on your plate right now, this 10 of Wands, that it is causing perhaps some mental stress. So it may be that you have to set the intention to change your ways, that you are going to seek some assistance with some of your tasks, whether this is assistance with housework, assistance maybe with, if you run your own business, you need to get a VA finally, somebody who can help you with a few things so that you can be more efficient and so that you're not draining your battery and draining your energy to the point where you cannot function. So, or function as efficiently. So there may be something going on like that, changing some habits where you end up taking on too much. All right, because people come to you and you're like, okay, yeah, I can do it. And then you regret saying you can do it, but then you got all this stuff on your plate and you got to get it done fast, and then you're burning out. So that's got to shift. That's got to change. I think more of your energy needs to be brought back to yourself with this Ace of Cups, and also because your energy is showing up here that, you can't say yes to everything. With your Knight of Cups, also your energy, you've got to say yes only to those things that really are going to nurture you and not be a heavy burden or a heavy cross to bear. And if you do that, you're going to help shift this Five of Swords energy. You'll let go of worry and anxiety. There could be some people pleasing going on here as well with this, and that's maybe why you say yes. So this has got to be, again, looking at these burdensome situations in your life and calling your energy back to yourself to take care of yourself, have more time for yourself. And some of you, this is going to be about manifesting some sort of new work opportunity. All right. Because again, there may be too many demands on you wherever you are right now, and it's just causing too much stress, and it may not be worth it. Sagittarius, we have a new moon in your 5th house of love and romance and creativity, pleasure, the house of the entrepreneur, taking a risk. Let's see. The Star, beautiful. And Pluto, of course, going into Aquarius. The Fool, wow. The Page of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. I'm getting giddy like a kid. You're gonna be giddy like a kid. Queen of Cups. And with the Sun. Wow, I'm getting chills down my legs. All right, Sagittarius, this is very, very nice. Very nice energy. So this is really time to set an intention to feed your emotional life, to feed your creative energy, to feed your intuition, with this Queen of Cups that's showing up here. So, feed what makes your heart happy. And that's what we have you as a little kid in the heart of the situation, this Page of Wands. Beautiful energies of new beginnings here. The Fool, the Star, the Sun card. This is our creative energy. So Pluto's going into your 3rd house of communications, transforming the way you create and write and speak and teach and market and all of that type of thing. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is about group creative situations, or can be. Very creative energy card. So this is time to set an intention to get your creative juices flowing, get your creativity on. And this is not just about you doing something alone in your room, although that's perfectly fine to do your writing or your art in your little studio, whatever floats your boat, that is fine. That's good, but this is also saying it's time to be creative in a group, to find like-minded companions. Three of Pentacles here. The Sun card, to go out and play and have fun. Travel may be involved with the Fool card here as well. So getting out, like doing painting on plein air, so to speak. Maybe going outside your home to meet with other like-minded artists and creators to, support each other's art, to create art together. So all of this, I mean, this is just gorgeous, beautiful energy here. Now, if you have children, because the Sun card is coming up here, this also may be energy that is affecting them. They may start discovering some new and exciting creative talents and tapping into them, and you're going to be a strong emotional support for them. That is possible here. I'm just feeling like you're going to be feeling so inspired, perhaps doing something that just makes you feel like a kid again. This lighthearted, creative energy is gorgeous. Now, if you have your own business, I do think there may be something going on here where you're going to find a new way to move forward with your plans for a project. And this may involve marketing it because Pluto's going into that third house. And we have the ninth house, the big picture perspective of your life as well, with this Leo energy showing up. So I think that the vision you have for your business, you're going to come up with a solid plan for a very successful beginning with it, in probably some sort of way of marketing it, getting it well known out in the public. The Sun and Star card are excellent. The thing to remember with this, though, is the Queen of Cups energy. So this is really going to be about selling the dream, selling the emotion behind whatever it is that you're creating for your business. It's not going to be just about, here's my product, here's my widget, here's my service. It will do this for you. This is really not about selling the features of whatever it is, but selling the feeling. So particularly those of you who have your own business, keep that in mind. But this is because the fifth house, we're talking about a new moon in your fifth house, which is the house of the entrepreneur. That's why I'm bringing that up. So this is just a fantastic feel good, excitement, creative energies, interacting with other people, really investing your time. Also, this Three of Pentacles, investing your time in your art, in whatever that is for you. You know, when I say art, remember, everything's a metaphor. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in an easel like that girl is, right? It really is about whatever is your artistry in the world. Some people bake. Some people make bracelets. I made these, by the way. Okay, some people make bracelets. Some people make other people happy. I mean, whatever, right? You get my point. All right. Gorgeous energies here. Set your intentions to get those creative sparks a-flying. Capricorn, we have a beautiful new moon in your fourth house of home and family and roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you, the foundation of your life. Let's see what we need to know for you. Capricorn. All right, let's see. Wow, the Chariot, Page of Wands, Six of Wands, Pisces, Hangman energy, and the Lovers. All right. And the King of Wands on the bottom, which is this Aries energy, your fourth house. Okay. Although you don't see it coming now, you're like, no. I think it's very possible in about 6 months or sooner. It could be Cancer season because we have this here, this Chariot. So the top of our reading. And we have the Lovers. So, June, July-ish. Okay, right before or right around the time the North Node goes into this fourth house for you. There is likely to be an important choice you will face about moving your home or welcoming someone into your home. Now, this could be a partner, a new partner. Yes. This could also be a family member. You know, it could be a sister, a brother, a friend, whatever. Okay, they're a roommate. There could be something like that going on. I think what this energy is saying to me is, how open are you to setting your intention for change when it comes to your home life? And some of you also, in addition to maybe having somebody move in with you or changing up the occupants of your home, there may be something where you're going to be facing a decision, yes, to move to another place. Now, you don't have to move. This is just about deciding one way or the other, are you going to do it? It may be for work. This is your 6th house of work. So there may be an opportunity that comes. Look, stars under there. All right, the Pluto's going into your 2nd house, Aquarius. There may be an opportunity that comes in Aries season, Leo season, Sagittarius season, or from an Aries, Leo, Sag. But it's going to have you face making some sort of change within your home, this 4th house area, the foundation of your life. How open are you to moving on if it means some sort of better opportunity for you in terms of your job? How open are you to moving forward with a love relationship and having somebody move in? And again, this may not be on the radar yet. This is about setting the intention to think about, if I want to manifest that, am I open to it? We have another energy with this 6 of Wands in the heart of this situation. So again, double sixes, it could be connected with your work. It's very possible. And because there could be greater visibility with your work, Chariot, 6 of Wands, you could be moving house because of a promotion, a recognition, an opportunity that takes you out of a comfort zone, 4th house, and puts you somewhere else to grow your foundation there. So, and this is something that, again, it may be getting started. There may be inklings of it now in Aries season. But it's really going to get underway, I think, over the summer for you. Okay, this looks good. I mean, there's nothing bad here. I think this is the thing, though. This Pisces energy here, this hangman, I think you have been stuck and kind of just hanging out and almost been in this little cocoon, your little place, and that's fine. But I think there's an adventure that is coming for you. Could be romantic, could be business. It's up to you to choose, or you can choose it or not. And even the Chariot can involve a choice. You know, am I going to stay in this path or go down this path? You're going to be shaken from your tree. That's what I feel, Capricorn. In the most delightful way, you will be shaken from your tree. And probably you're going to end up being in a place you didn't quite expect. And it could be you could be living in 2 places. You could still keep your, home base. You could have a temporary home, maybe for work as well. Right? Like you go, and if you're like, let's say in the entertainment industry or something, you go to make a film, you're there for 6 months or whatever, you come back and you're back at home. All right. So it could even be something like that for some of you, but really, really could be a traveling medical professional, a traveling nurse, something like that. Same concept. Okay. So very interesting energies here. And because, like I said, I feel for some of you, it's not quite on your radar yet, or it's only like tiny little bit, like it's been kind of pinging in on your psychic radar. I would say, again, set the intention to be open to exciting, vista expanding opportunities when it comes to the foundation of your life. Aquarius, new moon happening in your 3rd house of communications, writing, speaking, teaching, networking, sales. 3rd house is also our daily environment, though. So there could be it could be that you are wanting to make some sort of changes in your daily routines and schedule. This energy will be very pronounced for you, obviously, as we have another new moon in this area of your chart, and also as we have the North Node go into that 3rd house in the summer. So your daily life and routines could undergo, I think, some sort of metamorphosis. And also with Pluto heading into your sign, you're going to start radically redefining what's important to you and what is not. And that's going to affect your daily life as well, the choices you make and changes you make. So let's see Let's see what we have for you. Aquarius. Oh, the Tower. Okay. The Queen of Wands. There's that Aries energy showing up. The Eight of Swords. The Seven of Wands. There's your energy. The Star. Oops. It's pulled from the top again. And the Four of Swords. Okay. So you are going to be roused from your slumber. There's been something that you've been sleeping on, I feel. And I'm using that as a metaphor. There could be that there has been a stuck energy, a stuck mental energy. Four of Swords, Eight of Swords. So there has been, some sort of conversation that you've needed to have. Some sort of new beginning you need to implement in terms of communication, a writing project, creative project. A new beginning that you need to implement in terms of that daily life habits and routines, restructuring your day in some way. This is, to me, about getting out of a rut. Okay, Eight of Swords, Four of Swords. You have been stuck mentally in like this. The blinders have been on. The Tower is here. There is likely to be some sort of eureka, genius, mind-blowing, mind-bending lightning bolt that will jolt you out of this Four of Swords, Eight of Swords situation. It is likely to come in Aries season because the Queen of Wands is showing up here, and it's going to force you to take action. That is the Queen of Wands. Now, you may be not too happy about taking action. The Seven of Wands here, you kind of be like navigating, trying to hold on and stand your ground and stay grounded and navigate through. But ultimately, this will be very beneficial for you, the Star card. Okay, it can bring healing to your life. It can bring freedom to your life. It can bring a new destined path. It can be just what the doctor ordered, so to speak, just what you need in your life. A change is as good as a cure. I think that's the expression, right? That is the thing. So, okay, but you are a fixed sign energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is not a disrespect to fixed sign energy. But fixed signs, as we know, can often have a reluctance to change. That's putting it kind of mildly, all right? And that's what I feel is going on. And the swords are your energy, the Four and Eight of Swords. Like, you've just been like, no, I just don't want to have to do this. Well, Pluto's coming, baby. All right, we're going to do a whole separate reading video on Pluto also, but get used to it. Get used to Pluto. The change is coming. The change is coming. The Tower is here. There is going to be something that is surprising that is going to jolt you out of this. Now, a Tower's not always bad. It can just be like that eureka idea. Like, why didn't I think of that? I could have done it that way. I should have done it that way. But I'm also going to say there can be something you're going to have to respond to. There could be a disruption, the Tower, in your daily life. Third house, or some surprising news, a surprising communication that kind of catches you unawares, comes out of left field, that is going to force your hand, is going to make you get out of this rut. And you'll rise to the occasion. You will, Aquarius. You have the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I mean, you're going to bravely go forward and do what you got to do with whatever this Tower is to bust you loose from this stasis you've been in. And you're going to love it. Once you get out of it, once you get out of that fixed energy, once you get rocking and rolling and you start feeling into the vibe, it's going to be great for you. It's going to be good. So I would say here, kind of like the Capricorn reading I just did, it's more about setting your intention to be open to change. Okay? And especially change in terms of the ways you communicate, perhaps embracing some new creative projects, new mindset, and also change in terms of your daily life routines. Okay, so set the intention to be open to that, and that when it happens, you will embrace it, you will be brave and strong, as I know you are, and you'll go into it with gusto, and you'll make the most of it for yourself. Pisces, you have this beautiful new moon in your second house of money and self-esteem. Wow. Okay. And another one on April 20th in the same area. And then the North Node moving into your house of show me the money in July. Wow, Pisces, it's time to set some new financial goals for yourself. All right, let's see what we need to know about that for you as Ariel concentrates. All right, let's see. Pisces. Oh, 9 of Pentacles. That's nice. Queen of Pentacles. The World. Wow, we're getting some good energies here. Temperance. That's your house of career. 10th house, Sagittarius. And the Knight of Wands. Wow, Pisces. Nice. And the 8 of Cups. Okay. All right, so I read Pentacles also as self-esteem. And the second house is about our self-esteem. It's about our values, our self-worth, in addition to our finances. In addition to our finances. So I think what this is saying here is that you are wrapping up this 8 of Cups. And look, we got a Queen of Wands under there. You are wrapping up and leaving behind any sort, with this energy, set the intention to leave behind any sort of emotional less than energy, right? This is, know that you are valued, valuable, brave, strong, creative, have a lot of firepower under your belt to make important financial progress happen for yourself. So know that you have moved on, I think, from some sort of, lack, really. This 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is like I am just so over it. I'm done. I'm moving on to greener pastures. This is not it for me anymore. So some of you may have recently moved on and left behind a job. That is possible. Or some other disempowering situation. It doesn't even have to be financial or job related. It could just be something that wasn't making you feel good about yourself. So you left it behind, and that is fantastic. You may have left it behind at that Virgo full moon that was earlier in March 7th. You may have done it at that time. And you're going to see that by you taking control of that situation and leaving it behind, you're going to also bring more power to your finances with the Queen of Wands. So I think what we're talking about here is really setting some intentions for financial independence, the 9 of Pentacles. So this may have something to do with starting your own business. That is possible. But it can also be about growing, because you see how she has the Garden of Plenty here. This can be about growing your finances so that you are financially independent. So check out the FIRE movement, FIRE. You can Google that. I mean, it could be something like that you're interested in. It's an acronym for financial independence, retire early. It's like that type of thing maybe is a goal for you. Okay, but this is really about your personal paradise, your financial independence. And you have the power with this Queen of Pentacles here to manifest an important change in your financial world. I think it is time to set the intention for you to play and show up bigger in the world with your career. I think there's something here about you stepping up into the next level of success and bringing about an important change, temperance, in this 10th house of career. There's something about you, being a household name in your industry, being more worldly. The world is a fantastic energy of success. All right, people looking up to you, your reputation preceding you, all of that type of thing. All right, but the thing is, with this Knight of Wands here, there is some inspired action that needs to be taken. So you may not be at this level yet. You can absolutely get there. And when you get there, it's also about getting there financially. But I feel it's like this energy has to come first. Like your drive, the Knight of Wands, to be successful in terms of your reputation. Like I said, your reputation precedes you. The transformation you can create, temperance, in other people's lives is the thing that's going to create the abundance. It's not about focusing necessarily on the money. That will come after. It's really focusing about how you can raise your visibility and raise your reputation even higher in the world in whatever way, you know, you work in the world. Okay, so that is what I am feeling. And I'm feeling this sense of really strong confidence as well from these energies. But you have a lot of stuff to do, this Knight of Wands. You're going to be very busy. You're going to be involved in all sorts of dynamic action in making success happen in terms of your public profile, the World card. And that is going to bring you what you want, the Nine of Pentacles. So set the intention that you're going to become the best. I mean, you're already the best, as we know, but you're going to become your next level best, whatever that means for you. Okay, with your career, with how you manage your money, with how you manage yourself and your self-esteem, who you let into your life, who you do not let into your life, because that has an effect also. You know, when we have people in our lives who are not good for us, you know, we don't keep people. Life is not a compartment of different things. Life is holistic. Everything affects everything else. Don't let anybody tell you different. I mean, that's what I believe. So when we have people in our lives that are not good for us, it also affects how we're feeling about ourselves, which in turn affects our money life. It's all connected. So you're up leveling, you're choosing better, not only for your career, but people in your life. It's all going your way, Pisces. Very good. But set that intention to do those things. And also, if you haven't already done this, 8 of Cups, walk away. Walk away from the energy drain and invest your beautiful energies into making your world the way you want it.